Alex here with a high conflict child custody video on damage control. This came up recently in a Discord chat with Dad Surviving Divorce, and I realized I wanted to do a video on it. Somebody was asking how we talk about the use of force, and we're talking about legal force in dealing with high conflict exes, abusive exes, as the only solution, and I guess they were talking, the question was, how do you use force outside of the legal area? And I replied a little bit flippantly, and then when I reread my reply, I realized there was a lot of truth in it. What I said was there's only force in the court system. Outside of the court system is damage control. And a few people were like really upset. They were saying that that was that's an unacceptable thing. They weren't saying that my answer was unacceptable. They were just saying that the truth was. But that is the truth. When you're dealing with a high conflict ex, a personality disordered abuser, when you're dealing with those types of people, outside of the court system, they're going to inflict pain. They're going to cause damage. All you can do is try to control it and minimize it. You can't stop it, but with the court system. And maybe that's what people struggle with, because they don't want to use the court system. They want to figure out how to deal with it outside of the court system. But you can't just force somebody to do something outside of the court system. And you can't reason with somebody who's unreasonable. And so I wanted to do this video to let people know, for anyone out there who is dealing with a high conflict child custody ex, who's dealing with a personality disordered abuser, all you can do outside the court system is damage control. So if you're prepared to allow your child to be emotionally tortured and possibly physically or sexually abused, possibly, those aren't necessarily going to happen in every case. The emotional torture will, that's for sure. If you are okay with that happening and you just trying to minimize it and control it and make it not as bad as it's going to be, but allowing it to happen, then by all means, best of luck to you. But if you want to put a stop to it, you have to use the court system. There's no other way to do it. If you could just reason with your ex and get them to stop using logic or a discussion, then you don't have a high conflict ex. You have an ordinary, a normal, healthy parent that you can co-parent with. You can work things out. This channel won't be as much use for you as it would for, the other people that I intended the channel for. And I'm glad you're here and you're watching the videos. But, this isn't a solution for you. But if you have a high conflict child custody ex, it's a person who is creating conflict because they crave it. And they're not going to create conflict by just being nice. They're not going to create conflict by doing what's best for your kid. Because if they're doing what's best for your kid, you don't have any objection. You don't have anything to argue about. You don't have anything to complain about. You don't have anything to fight for in court. So because they crave the conflict, it forces them to do things that are abusive. It forces them to throw monkey wrenches in your plans, to ruin, your relationship, to create all kinds of stress and anxiety in your life. They have to do these things if they want there to be conflict. They have to actively take steps to abuse and neglect your kid, because that is the only way that they're going to create the conflict that they crave. So you're not going to be able to stop it outside of the court system, because they don't want to stop it. They have no motivation. They have every motivation to continue it and no motivation to end it. And so all you can do outside of the court system is figure out tricks and ways to make it less bad, to make it not as abusive to the child, to make it not quite as damaging, to your child's development. And that's a sad reality, but it was enough of a reality that I wanted to do a video on it. So with that, I'll go ahead and end this video. See you guys next time.